I keep looking it up and I get a bit of science. Your first period after having a baby may come 6 to 8 weeks after childbirth, or if you are nursing, may come as late as a year or later. Your first period may be especially heavy and painful and may involve the removal of excess lining that wasn't shed immediately after birth. Your first period after having a baby signifies the first egg released from your ovaries since having a baby, and this is important because you need to know that you can get pregnant before your first period after having a baby. You, meaning the hypothetical you, not me. We took care of that, severed the gateway between ovaries and womb. If we have more children, it will be in years ahead when our 2 babies are older, when I feel in good health, when our finances are stable. If we have children in the years ahead, I will not have carried them. So I'm having this, my last first period after having a baby. I'm pulling out the old equipment, literally. I still have pads from an earlier era, and I use a menstrual cup, which I mentioned because I only heard about it a few years ago, and I think it's genius. If you have periods, look it up. My abdomen is cramping and I am bleeding. Unlike every period I've had before, no egg will come out of this shedding. It is, I presume, stuck at the dead end of a fallopian tube. I forgot, by the way, how messy it is, or at least how messy it would have been a couple hundred years ago if all I had to staunch the bleeding was cloth. Can you imagine? So I guess I don't envy women of old. So I'm thinking about my 2 babies, my 4-year-old and my just barely turned 1-year-old. How pregnancy was like spinning out on ice in the middle of my carefully planned road trip. Both times laid up and ill for the entirety of pregnancy and weaker afterwards for the ordeal. How sweet it was to finally have my babies, hold them. Not easy, exhausting, sleepless, difficult, bone-wearying, and at times devastating to see my babies get hurt, to see my own limitations, to fear for their safety. But sweet and revolutionary, an atomic evolution of my deepest desires. I would have another right now if I didn't know what pregnancy would do to me and my family, and if I hadn't foreclosed the option. But I stand by the reason I did. These babies need a mom more than this mom needs more babies. So I'm having my last first period after having a baby, and I almost want this moment to last. I almost like the familiar clingy plastic that covers the pads I unwrap. I almost love that I can expect this monthly mess for the next 3 decades of my life. I keep wanting this to be a special rite of passage, or if not that, then some kind of maybe a sad occasion. But I miss the apex of my moment. I waited and my period is already almost over. I didn't expect it to pass so quickly.